Today's vlog is in honor of Father's Day. We are all going to share one thing we like about Ben and a story. One thing I really appreciate about Ben as a dad is he's not afraid, he's never been afraid to get his hands dirty, whether that means literally or figuratively. He's always been up for changing diapers, for taking kids on crazy trips, and for having hard conversations with them.
I really love my dad. I'm a lot like him, which makes some things really hard and some things really easy.
My dad is one of the smartest people that I know, and he's really good at listening to people.
Most people watching this probably don't know this, but I actually have a nursing degree that I've never used. But the story I want to tell is how I was able to get that nursing degree and have 2 kids while getting this nursing degree was largely because of Ben.
What do you like about Dada?
I like Dada bringing pomegranate because I really like pomegranate.
Look what I brought for you.
I love it when he thinks out loud to me, or he speaks what he thinks in the moment, because I feel like I always get smarter when he does that.
I think my dad is really good at teaching things. He taught me how to play baseball and how to edit videos.
He'll like really gently like suggest something else whenever I tell him like an idea.
He's really efficient. It's a very high priority from him, but he also knows when to be extravagant. That's one of the things I really appreciate about him. He knows when to celebrate and how to celebrate.
He would watch the kids during the day. I just have this memory of them all being in bed together still, and they're like crawling all over him. And I have really sweet memories of that because he sacrificed for me so that I could get a nursing degree. And he took a job, really his last job working for anyone, at Red Robin. And he would try to get shifts around my classes and watching the girls. And he would hardly ever get shifts at night because he would want to be home with us.
And my dad is like really good at planning really big events. Everyone just trusts him to deal with or organize that stuff, like our old Christmas parties and then the fall feast and that stuff. He's super good with dealing with really large crowds of people and conversations.
He really knows how to make someone like feel special and known.
Another one of my favorite stories was just last year. My dad planned this night with all of our friends where we were gonna go ice skating and get hot chocolate and do like sort of winter activities for a Christmas present for all of us. And we all got into the Sprinter, and my dad was like, well, there's not enough room, so everybody get out. And I was really confused. And then across our street there was a limo, and we got to play our music, and there was so much room, and there were drinks. My dad is really good at paying attention to detail.
He's really strong, probably the strongest person I know. The way he handles things and the things he's gone through, I don't know, I can't really imagine going through that. And there's just been a lot of stuff that I've seen him go through just in these last 2 years, but I've heard about his whole life. There's been good parts, but then there's been a lot of hard parts.
Do you think Dada is really nice?
Well, sometimes he flicked me because I don't like him because I just don't want to do some memories.
Why does he flick you?
Because I get into things that I'm not supposed to get into things because my dad said I can't, and my mom.
I really liked pandas, So my dad used to like have this joke, which actually started to get a little bit annoying because it wasn't that funny, that I had like a pet panda or something. And then for, I think it was either my 11th or my 12th birthday, he was talking to me in his office and he was like, you can't go downstairs because there's gonna be a surprise down there. And I came downstairs and everyone was dressed up as pandas, and that was really special.
I think that he's really good at taking on big projects and doing really hard things.
Me and my dad have done a lot of traveling together, and it's one of my favorite things in the whole world is traveling with him. He always like knows what to do, and like everything always just works out. Even though like it's supposed to be like a sporadic and spontaneous type of trip, he's really good at planning, and he has pretty good instincts on like what's gonna be great and what's not going to be. It's just always super fun just being around him. I had to come inside because it is pouring out there. One of my favorite stories of my dad and I was when I was on my 13th birthday trip and I chose to go to New York and DC. 2 days into our trip, he got a call from Yelp asking him to fly out the next day to help them create a video for them or something like that. They were gonna pay him a lot, and they were gonna pay for all the expenses, everything. And it was a good job. But he said, no, I'm with my daughter for the next 5 days. If you guys are still available after when I get back, then I'll think about it or maybe go. He didn't tell me until after when he asked if I wanted to come on the trip with him. But I don't know, that spoke a lot because he was paying money to be in New York and DC. He could have easily just been like, all right, Deb, I'm just gonna go do this and then we can do our trip after, or I'll make it up to you, or anything like that. I don't know, that's one of my favorite stories of him.
And he's really easy to talk to and like share your feelings with, and he really understands kind of how you're feeling. And my dad is pretty funny. He likes making a lot of jokes. Some of them are a little bad, but most of them are really funny.
Another favorite story of mine is actually from this last year when he and I attempted to do a 3-day through hike around Mount Rainier on the Wonderland Trail. It was 2 weeks after the Appalachian Trail, and we just started off planning to be done in about 3 or 4 days. We got to about mile 12 or 13. We were making pretty good time. We would have made it, I think. He came up to me and he was like, here's an idea. We could just turn around and go back to the car. Once he said that, I was like, oh my gosh, I really want to do that. Like, I was in the mode, I was in the hiking mode. Like I would have hiked for 3 days, but once he said that, I was like, wow. And it was really unlike him because normally we just stick with it until it's done. So we just turned around, hiked pretty fast, 12 miles back, and got back in the dark. And it was a great day hike. I know I'll remember that story for a really long time.
Another thing that I really like about my dad is he's super chill, and whenever I'm hanging out with kids, they're like, oh, my parents are gonna kill me because I'm not back by this time. And then I come back and my dad like understands what it's like staying up super late and how fun it is, and he understands like the motivation that I have.
What are some of your favorite things about Dada?
He's really kind, and because my bike, the tire was busted, and I was like, it had a hole in it, and then he went to go fix it, and he paid $16 to go, and then he came back and he picked it up again for me, and that was really kind.
What I like about my dad is that he's efficient and smart in almost everything he does. And whenever he thinks there's an opportunity for us that we can benefit and grow from, he lets us know and helps us with that. As an example, he wanted someone to make breakfast for him 4 days a week. and he asked me if I wanted to do that for money. And I said yes, and I think I've really benefited from that. I've become a better cook because of it, and I wake up earlier, so yeah.
Another thing is I really like working on stuff with my dad. We made the Appalachian Trail documentary together, and I thought that he was super smart with making that, and he guided me through making that, and he did a lot of work on that, and I really liked working on that with him. And we do video projects together and skateboard and play video games, and I really enjoy doing those things with him.
Happy Father's Day, Ben.
Happy Father's Day, Dada.
Happy Father's Day, Dada.
Happy Father's Day, Dada.
Happy Father's Day, Dada. I love you, Dada. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, Dada.
Is there anything else you want to say to Dada?
No, that's all.